Good day, everybody. This is JD. What am I going to talk to you about today? I was going to talk a little bit about the mess in Congress dealing with these income taxes, tax breaks, and all this stuff, but it's not worth it. You want to hear about the taxes, how I feel about them, go to my sales tax on YouTube. It's got it all drawn out there. Our government should not be on the ability of the people to work and make money, but it should be on the ability of our people to spend and live. And I thought about talking about gays in the military and saying all these problems we're having is all from Clinton's time. Why did he do with the ass don't tell when he could have left it the way it was? A person who is declaring himself gay, he has certain rules and regulations to follow, just like the heterosexual people. Nothing different. He had the protection of the government. People could not harass him. He could bring it up and go request the captain's mast. The other person could be brought in problems. The CO had the discretion. If this man was detrimental to his command, it was up to the CO to make the choice whether or not to keep the man at the command. He might transfer him out of the command, he might change his location of working, or he might say, look, you're different. Big deal. That's what most of them did, as long as they didn't do things against military regulations. But now, with the ass don't tell, took it strictly out of the COs of each command position of authority and placed it in Congresses. Now they're having a problem how to put it back where it should be. But I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm going to talk about is probably the biggest hypocritical liar right now getting all the news he's getting. He doesn't deserve any of it. He should be left alone and let him go on his own. Now, you computer hackers out there may say, whoa, wait a minute, you're going to get us mad at you. No. Listen to what I am saying. The man is a hypocritical liar. Now, I've been watching this for a while. I've been looking at what he's doing. He is strictly attacking the United States. No other nation. He is strictly aiming to hinder the United States to function. He is on these WikiLeaks releasing only the United States and their allies. He is after the United States. He wants to show that he is as great as this nation. He is placing himself to the godlike position and has chosen a particular nation for whatever reason I really don't care, and lies to you all. He says he's out to better the world. He's out to show the world, the world, the world, the world. But all he does is attack the United States of America. Is there anything in there from other countries? Oh, things that they have done? No. Do you hear anything about the discussions between China and Vietnam during the Vietnam era? No! Do you hear the discussions about Iran, China, and North Korea through the past years? No! How about the conversations between Iran and Iraq? Just in the last couple? No! Oh. How about Afghanistan? Do you hear about Bin Laden and what his plans and stuff are? No! How about these rogue nations in Africa that attack each other? Do you hear anything about that? No! Okay, well, how about... well, no, not that either. So what is he actually doing? He is getting every one of you computer people to think you are on this great crusade and only doing his dirty work. Look at what he's doing. You are being used, taken advantage of. Something I would never do to any one person whatsoever. I've witnessed this before. I've seen it before. He's nothing more than the same hypocrites that ran around in the late 60s that were yelling, peace, not war! Peace, peace, not war! We're for peace, not war! But yet, if you disagreed with them, they would beat the liver and crap out of you. They would just as soon as beat you up as look at you. When the truth of the matter is, the real problem was They didn't want to go to war because they were afraid. It wasn't peace over war. It was, I am afraid to fight against someone who might beat me. But if I can beat you up, forget it. Here I come if you disagree with me. Those are hypocrites. What you do, people out there, is you look at what this man, I can't even call him a man, this phony that's on WikiLeaks, what he is exactly doing and what he is saying. They don't match. They don't even come close to matching. He is viciously attacking a government that he doesn't like. For whatever reasons, I don't really care. Because you see, I'm a person who believes that each and every government has its right to exist. I believe that it's only the people of that nation that has the right to decide how their government would be. For example, in Iraq, where the United States is, it's not the American government to decide what type of government is there. It's the Iraqi people and nobody else. Not Iran, not Israel, not Afghanistan, not Jordan. No, it's the Iranian people and nobody else. Not even the UN. They don't have a right to. Afghanistan, I feel the same way. It's up to the people of that nation to decide. Like I said, the United States will never, after I become president, rule the world by the gun. We will not. We will carry the gun, and if you wish to slap us in the face, we will use it. But we will use the example of a nation that is a neighbor to all nations of the world. So NWO, get out of here. We got no room for you in this country. Hypocrites like this guy from the WikiLeaks, we look at what you do and compare it to what you say. And when it don't match, we know you are a liar. So, let him defend himself. Try to. He may say, well, I haven't gotten that far yet. The truth of the matter is, you hadn't gotten that far because you never attended to. And it shows it at this time. So therefore, your actions show that you are taking advantage of a lot of people's personal feelings and personal beliefs to promote your own personal vendetta. He's nothing more than a Bin Laden with a different face and a different form of dress. Now you might say, well, that's not the case. I'm not going to argue with you. All I'm going to say is like I say about me. Check him out. See what he does. He is totally involved around himself. His name doesn't even deserve to be mentioned by me. And I will not. I have refused. Several times I was going to say it, but I refuse. Because he's not worth it. And all you people out there who are fooled by his lies and you do not see his actions, understand, you are the sheep that are being led to slaughter. You are the ones that are being taken advantage of, and you are the ones being destroyed, whether you know it or not. The innocent are being gobbled up by the vicious because you believe what they say and you go to slaughter. So, like I said, I was going to talk about the difference and about this gays in the military. I was going to talk about how guys during the Vietnam era wore underwear, women's underwear. And the guy said, hey, those are good underwear. Go on with your physical. And how, if you want to see the truth of how well people have tried to get out of the military, and this is not a make-believe, it's true. Watch Mass and see Klinger. Today, if Klinger was to wear one dress, he would be immediately out of the military. Got exactly what he wanted. Before the don't ask, don't tell, he'd have to have a whole wardrobe, and it didn't matter. It just mattered how he interact with his fellow military personnel. And that's what made the decision. And the CEO had that authority. Now, Congress has the authority, and look at the mess we got. If Congress would have kept its hands out of it and gave the protection that was needed, instead of making more rules, it would have been done and over with. Isn't it funny how Congress makes things last way too long? Well, I did 26 years in the military. I'll do a video about that in a little bit and show you how Congress has messed that up, and how prior to don't ask, don't tell, it was better than after don't ask, don't tell. You all have a nice day now, and remember, what's his name? J.A., I'll give you his initials so you know I know, is a hypocrite. He's a definite hippie, by the definition of hippie. He does one thing and he says another. He tells you what you want to hear and uses you, all of you, for his own personal gains. And you're allowing it. And you don't have to take my word. I never ask you to take my word. I ask that you just check it out. Look for yourself. Thank you. This is JD.